So the first thing I'd like to mention as we start this video off, my friends, is that I'm putting this together for players like myself who are still at that beginning/middle part of their gameplay and you're looking for a handful of weapons to really spec into. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 3 weapons that are a must-have in my opinion. Now for the record, I'm not at endgame as yet. Chances are this could change as I progress, but I have been receiving your messages at the channel asking me to put this video together, so that's exactly what I'm doing today. However, for those of you out there who are already at endgame, don't waste your time watching this. Chances are you already know the information. I do not want to waste your time. So first of all, the best thing about this game is that the roadmap the game gives you in order to find certain things is really well laid out. Let me know what you think. Now the first weapon we're looking at is in the first section of the Agna Desert, so again it means you need to get to this point in the game so you have access to this section of the map. And the weapon you want to be on the lookout for is the Eternal Willpower. You can see at the baggage transport base that is a 50% chance of dropping, so you can farm this as many times in a row as you like until you get a version of, a weapon that you actually want to build around. And I will talk about that more in a moment. Now the next weapon needs no introduction whatsoever. It is the Tamer. This thing is an absolute monster. Now the first spot I was able to see it was in that second section of the Agna Desert. You can see once again it has a 50% drop chance. And we are at the abandoned reconstruction site, and again you're going to see this weapon drop very frequently here. Now the reason I recommend farming for multiple versions is we all know in this game it can be incredibly expensive to try to make changes to pretty much anything. So in my opinion, you want to continue to farm for either of these weapons until you get a version that has at least a few of the attributes you're looking for on it. That way again, you're not just spending a bunch of resources or real world money. The next thing we're going to talk about, and this is something I recommend to everyone, is that you want to make sure that as soon as you find something you're looking for, please mark it as a favorite. I've heard from a lot of people out there saying they spent all this time trying to get the perfect Tamer, they finally got it, they accidentally marked it as junk, or they just didn't mark it as anything and they wind up deleting it, which is completely and totally soul crushing. I've made that mistake before. Don't want to see it happen to you. Now do me a favor, let me know in the comments section, depending on where you are in your gameplay, what are some of your favorite weapons so far in the game that you just can't put down? For me, it's really 3 at this point. We have the Thunder Cage, which I haven't mentioned until right now, and most of you know you will get that just by progressing at that early part in the story. And the other 2 are obviously the Tamer and the Eternal Willpower, but again, I'm kind of at mid-game right now, so I'm sure those weapons will change. Maybe not, I don't know, we'll see what happens. The Tamer seems to be just insane, but the game made a statement the other day, and you can see the game director said it has come to our attention that the community is worried about the possible nerfs to Tamer and Glaze infinite magazine builds. This meta is very strong, but since it is within the scope of what the dev team had planned, there is no immediate plans to do so. Then they finish off by saying, in addition, some weapons are more powerful than the Tamer, and there are a variety of character builds that rival Glaze infinite magazine, so please enjoy them fully. We've been looking forward to seeing Descendants use creative builds to take down powerful colossi swiftly, so we're quite delighted to see this in action now. Now, as far as leveling up your weapon's proficiency is concerned, what you're seeing on screen is still one of my favorite spots to hit up in the game. It's very early game. We're in Kingston at Albion at one of the defense missions. And when we're talking about farming for XP for both your Descendant and your weapons, this is still one of the most efficient ways to do so. If you have any other farming methods, please let me know as well. And for the record, with this footage, 2 things. 1, my son is playing, go kid go. Secondly, I do have one of those XP boosts going that the game did pass out because of all of the server issues we had upon launch. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, go to your mailbox in Albion. There should be at least 2 of them in there. You may have used them by now, but if not, you still can. And even if you don't use any boosts whatsoever, you are going to be stacking XP so damn fast, my fellow Descendants. On that note, I'm going to start to wrap this up. Now, if you notice, my Descendant went from level 1 to level 14. My proficiency on the Tamer went from 1 to 15. The Eternal Willpower went from 1 to 7. And I should not have had the Thunder Cage equipped in that 3rd spot because I'm missing out on XP from a weapon that is not proficient as yet. So make sure when you do this, or 2 things actually. First of all, whatever weapon you have set as your primary, that is the weapon that's going to get the most XP out of the 3. I don't know exactly what the percentage is. If you do, let me know in the comments section. So you'll see on this one, I'm going to switch it up. And remember, it's also a sliding scale. So when you start to level up, you're going to see it will take a little bit longer to gain those levels. But again, my friends, this is incredibly efficient. That is going to do it for this one. As always, I want to thank you all for your incredible support of this channel. I sincerely appreciate the privilege of your time, and as I mention at the end of every one of these, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.